Hey guys, welcome back. So I know that it's been a while since we got a video up, and I have been, still knocking some stuff out. And this one right here, though, is going to be a little bit different. We're instead of restoring this to the original color or some solid color, this is getting something a little bit different. All right, here's the drawing that I got, and the owner of this, he works for UPS, so he wants something in the UPS colors. So we're getting, like the lighter color here with a stripe down the middle of it, and then a darker color, the brown color, everywhere where you see the number 2 on there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that on here. And the interesting thing about that is, I hope I can. I hope that I can get a lot of this recorded in the doing the powder coating on this, just to show you guys a little something different, because we're gonna have to, of course, this will get done in the one color, and then we're gonna have to spray the body in the other color, and then we're gonna have to tape off where we don't want it brown, and then spray it. But in the process of doing that, you put it in the oven to cure, but then you got to wait until your powder coat just gels. I mean, it doesn't have to fully cure, or you don't want it to fully cure. You want it to just gel, and then you got to pull it out, let it cool, take a tape off, and put it back in to let it finish curing. If not, you get like a real sharp edge on there, and if you let it finish curing without the tape on there, then it kind of gives you a nice smooth edge on there. It's still a sharp edge, but you can't. It doesn't feel like a big step up in the finish. So that's something I'll try to go over. So we're not going to focus too much on disassembling and reassembling on this one, because this is a Model 10, and we've done a lot of these. So if you look back through, you'll see there's a lot of Model 10s on there. And this one we're going to focus more on just the powder coating aspect of it. So I think, I think it'll be something you guys, hopefully it's something you guys will enjoy. So I'm probably going to zip through the disassembly on here, and I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll just speed it up, get through the disassembly on here, and we'll concentrate more on the powder coating aspect of it. Alright, so you can see we got these all taped up and ready to shoot. The first color that we're putting on here is called Illusion Spanish Fly, and it's a cool name. It's going to be a really cool looking color on there. And this right here only gets a stripe of it down here, but we need to get it on as our base coat, and this whole part right here is getting colored with that. So with the illusion colors, what you have to do is you have to get the powder on, and you have to put it in and let it partially cure. It can, once the powder flows out, you have to time it for 2 minutes, take it out, let it cool, and then you got to hit it with a coat of clear. So that's what we're going to work on now. We're going to get the Illusion Spanish Fly on here, and we're going to get it in the oven to cure or partially cure. Then we'll bring it out, we'll get our clear on it, let it fully cure, and then we got tape off on here for our stripe. This part will be done at that point. This one we'll have to tape off for our stripe, and then we'll get our brown color on this and the other parts. So it's going to get loud here. I'm going to set this on the tripod, and I'll probably put on some music because it's going to get loud in here. Okay, so as you can see, we pulled the parts out, everything is flowed, and it sat in there for about 3 to 4 minutes, but it doesn't have to be exact. As long as it doesn't cure on there, the powder is by no means cured. And as soon as it cools to about 150 degrees, which my IR temperature meter is busted, so I'm going to have to just kind of guess at it. And we'll go ahead and get the clear on here. And once the clear goes on here, these look kind of dull right now, but you're going to see a huge difference with the clear. You'll see why they call this illusion as well. All right, there we have it, fresh out of the oven, and you can see what I was talking about the difference once you get the clear on. You can see the way that thing pops, and you can see how it looks like, almost like it changes colors, you know, from a lighter to a darker. On there, it's actually a little more orange looking on the camera. It's more gold looking, you know, in person. I don't know how to get that orangish out of there. Matter of fact, it looks really orange in the camera. But anyways, we gotta let these cool now. I gotta take this tape off and retape it because we'll get a bit of a big ridge build up where the tape's at. And we're taping off everything but a stripe, like I said, right down the center here on either side. This part right here will stay just like that. So once we get everything taped up to shoot it, we'll come back and get the brown shot on it. Okay, so I was able to play around with the settings a little bit, and this is kind of a little bit closer. It still looks a little orangey here, but yeah, trust me when I say it's more of a gold color than anything, but you can see how sparkly that is, how that really catches the light, and how it gets that illusion effect on it. It's actually quite cool. Alright, as you see, we got the rest of these parts here ready to go. These are getting burnt rust is the name of the color. It's like a brown, dark brown color that's got a little bit of texture to it. And you can see we've got this retaped. We have to retape these because if not, and you try and get like 3 layers of powder on it and you take it off, there's a sharp ridge you can feel. So we're going to kind of blend this in just by moving the tape a little bit on these. And you can see, it's hard to see, but you can see we've got our stripe taped up on here on both sides. So what we have to do is we'll get our brown on here and we'll put this in the oven, and as soon as it gels, we'll have to pull it out, let it cool down, and then as soon as it's cool, pull this tape off and we can put it back in the oven to finish curing. Because if we don't do that, if we just let it cure fully and we pull this tape off, once again you're stuck with a sharp edge on there, and being that it's got a texture finish, we can't really put clear over top of it. So, and you can see on here, you know, the color is a bit light through there because it doesn't matter, that's all getting covered with brown. This right here was the important part where the stripe is. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this comes out. And I wish the color showed up different on this camera because damn, this really does look orange on the camera. But in person, I mean, it's actually gold. Alright, lots of noise in here, I know, sorry about that, but now that this is cool, I gotta peel the tape off of here and just hope everything goes well. Alright, so we got the brown parts out. They're nice and cool now. And you can see, even though it's textured, you can still, if I get the light just right here, you still see that you can make out the writing on it. I mean, it's a real, I mean, it doesn't even feel textured. It's just got that textured look to it. Very cool, though. And here's how the stripe came out. And you can feel, I mean, you can feel the difference in the level of powder there, but it's not like a really sharp edge. It kind of rounds this edge over enough so it doesn't feel like you know, it doesn't feel terrible when you feel it. Like I said, normally what I would do is, if this was different colors, I would go over it with clear, and it kind of smooths everything out so you don't feel the transition at all. But on this one I can't, because you'll lose this effect here on this brown when you put the I mean, it'll change the sheen of it, but it'll also change the look of it if you were to spray clear over that. So that's what we got. So I guess we'll get the base parts done in black and show you guys when it's all done. Alright, here's the finished product. As you guys tell, this one's all done, ready to go. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up and give it a listen to quick. Let the speed ramp up on it. There, as you can tell, she runs nice and smooth, and it's got this gorgeous two-tone on here. Let me zoom in for you here so you can get a better view of that. And you see we've got the textured brown color on there, which is something rust, I can't remember the name of it. And of course this illusion color, that's a gold color, and I'm glad it's showing up more of a gold color in here. I think under the LED lights out in the shop there, that's what made it show up more of an orangish color, and it does still look a bit orange here. I'm not sure why, but it is a gold color. So yeah, that thing came out nice, and we're ready to get it packed up and sent back to the owner.